Hello and welcome back to the NFL Film Room. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Falcons first round pick James Pearce Jr. At one point, Pearce was being projected as the first overall pick in the 2025 draft, but after a slight dip in production and the emergence of guys like Abdul Carter and Jalen Walker, he ended up going 26th. However, he still has all the talent of a first overall pick, and we've seen that on display as he's racked up 7 pressures in his first 2 preseason games. Now let's get into the film from those games now. Now, Pearce only weighs 245 pounds, but he's able to use his 4.47 speed to still use power in his game, and you're going to see it here on this first rep. And this is one of the rushes that he went to most often in college and has already done so in preseason as well. So as you see, he's able to push the tackle back, and it just looks like your standard bull rush. But what he's going to do here actually on the open is he's going to do a little stutter with his feet. So he's going to do a couple quick steps, and he's going to let that tackle go upfield too far, which we call oversetting, and take himself out of position for when Pearce does come back inside on him. So as you see, he's getting upfield. The tackle is going to overset right there, and Pearce is going to change the direction and be able to work the inside of him and do a great job working half the man here. And he's able to push him all the way off, and the quarterback gets out of the pocket before Pearce is able to redirect himself. But still a very nice rush. I'll play it one more time. There's the stutter, and there's the bull. As you can see here, this is from the Lions game, and I'm going to be breaking down the best clips I found from the 2 games. Here we have him working against Giovanni Manu, who was a mid-round pick in last year's draft from the Canadian Football League and is viewed more as a developmental prospect, but has put up some good tape in the preseason and has very good athletic ability, as you'll see on display here. Pearce is still going to be able to beat him and almost get a sack, as you see. So it looks like Pearce is going to come off the ball and actually try to do the same rush, but he doesn't have the same effect on the tackle. So I think these are a couple stutter steps here. And then I think he was expecting Manu to overset, but Manu's going to stay composed. Stay there, so Pearce is going to get into him. And then from there, he's going to be able to create some separation, which allows him to chop down the right arm, or actually the left arm of Manu, as you see right here. Look at Pearce's right arm. You see it comes down and brings Manu down with him. Then from there, he just swims over top, and he's able to get ahead on the QB. Pearce has yet to record his first official sack, but he has been around the ball a lot, as you see here. Now, one of the knocks, or maybe more accurately stated concerns, was his weight and how he'd be able to handle tight ends and tackles in the league in the run game. And now you're going to see a pretty good run game rep out of Pearce on this play here. And you see really good reaction time and just able to kind of make the play. I don't think there's really too much here to break down other than just complimenting him on his eyes and his reaction time here. You recognize the play and hits on it quickly. And then other than that, you notice how he comes off the ball here. And instead of just going straight for the quarterback, he's going to go attack the blocker and use the blocker to tackle the quarterback. So one more time, just does a job and gets to his position and is rewarded for that with a tackle. Here we're going to have another nice rush from Pearce against Manu. Quick win this time. The quarterback evades. So Pearce is going to come off the ball and get to a stutter once again. Here are the stutter steps. From here he's going to show like he's using power and flash that left hand out there, almost like he's going for a long arm or a bull rush. But instead of striking with it, with his right hand, he's actually going to swipe it away or chop it away. I'm not sure exactly what you'd call that one. It's one of the two. And then he's going to rip underneath to get the bend. And he probably is able to get a sack here if 96 isn't coming off the other corner, forcing the QB out of the pocket. As I mentioned, he's been around the ball a lot. So one more time. Stutter. Flash the hands, chop around the outside. Rip underneath. And try to bend the corner, but the other guy comes through. As I mentioned before, one of the concerns for Pearce was his run defense, and you're going to have a great rep here to show that he might be able to do it in the league. Very explosive rep. So it looks like both of the tight ends are going to be working a combo block here. I'm not sure exactly where they're trying to drive him, but I assume they're trying to get some displacement up this way. So they're going to have him pop in and then have this guy come and try to overtake and drive him upfield, then probably try to get one of these guys, one of the two. Now where this ends up going wrong for the Titans tight ends is you're going to see James Pearce just explode off the ball and get right into that tight end and start driving him back. The second tight end is able to help the first tight end a decent bit, but he's still already in position for the play, and he's going to stuff that hole and help make the tackle. Now these are really the type of plays that you want to see from James Pearce because he's maximizing all his abilities here. He's not necessarily strong in a sense where if you lock 2 guys up and had them just go straight head on head with each other from a 3-point stance, he'd be dominating guys, but if you do let him get a little head of steam and use his explosiveness off the line, he does create a lot of pop in his hands because of that speed. And you see that on this play here. He just explodes off the ball, gets right into him, pops the guy up. The guy's pad level is completely vertical at this point. He can't really offer any resistance, and Pearce is just going to be able to drive him back. And as I mentioned, that's the type of play you really want to see from Pearce because if he can be a run defender, he's going to be on the field a lot. On this next rep, we're going to see a very familiar rush from Pearce against the Titans tackle. Different tackle, I believe, this time, but you see the same effect. Pearce comes off the ball, gets to his stutter, lets the tackle overset him. Then from there, he's going to come back inside on him with a little Euro step. And then he's going to get into him with a bull rush because as you see where the tackle is protected right now, you want your back to be like right here if you're protecting a quarterback that's here. You don't want your backside to be right here because if you get driven, you're getting driven this way instead of this way, and you won't be able to anchor down and offer resistance. Because if you anchor down right here, the guy's just going to go get the quarterback, and you're going to see it on this play. So as you see, Pearce is going to get great knockback on his initial contact, drive the dude all the way back in the air, and start working to the quarterback, but Skoronski comes over and the ball gets out. Still a very nice rush as you see Stutter, bull, and you see that power in his hands. For 245 pounds, it's very good power. Now, based on Pearce's profile athletically, you would think that he's more of a speed rusher, but I actually think he's at his best when he's able to get to his power and he's able to use his power. And we're going to have another pass rush rep here showing that. Because when people think of speed for a pass rusher, they tend to think about how he's able to beat someone around the corner instead of how quick they can get to somebody's chest. And when you have an edge rusher that is as fast as Pearce is, you can't really afford to make mistakes because if you do, he's going to be on you quick and he's going to capitalize on it. So here's the rush. Able to get some pressure on the QB again. So Pearce comes off the ball yet again. He's going to stutter and he's going to leap to the outside. And while he leaps to the outside, he's going to chop with that right arm, as you see right here. But he's actually going to miss to the inside. So he's going to have to readjust and start working into Manu. And he's able to clear a hand right there. You see if you focus on Pearce's left hand right here and you see the red flash of the hand of Manu, you're going to see Pearce is able to recover from the rush here. He's going to grab Manu's right hand right here and lift it up, creating himself an opening to go back inside on him and get a little bull rush and almost get back to the quarterback. When you have a tackle's arms like this, you're not really going to be able to get any resistance pushed back on you from the right side of the tackle, from the inside arm that is pinned. There's only one arm pushing back on him, so he's going to be able to bull rush him against only one arm. So one more time. Stutter, outside, chop, get into him, grab the arm, push it in, and then bull rush from there. All right, we're back with another stutter bull here against the first tackle. So I think you guys probably already have a good grasp on it, so I won't get into it too much. But you see he just comes off, he's going to have his stutter. Then he's going to wait for the tackle to get wide on him, come back inside, and get right to that chest and push him back. This right here is the main component of it. It's this step that the tackle takes right here. That's enough for Pearce to know, okay, I'm good. And he's going to go inside and go attack it. He's really mastered this move, and we saw it time and time again in college, and we've already seen it a few times in the preseason. Now this next rep is actually more of a speed rush, and he's going to be able to get a hit on the quarterback and force an interception. Pearce comes off the ball. He's going to identify the play action. From there, he's going to widen himself, chop down the left arm of the tackle there. But then he's going to be able to work from a long arm. You see just working around the outside, keeping an arm on him, able to bend around the edge. Then he's going to rip through once he created enough space and almost get the QB. If you just look at ESPN and look at his stats, I think he only has 2 or 3 tackles, but this guy has really been making an impact on the field that doesn't show up in the stat sheet. As you see right there, the bend is great. Here we have a couple run defense plays just to end the video off. I'll play it one time. As he doesn't try to chase the running back, he's going to go meet him at the hole. Make a nice little tackle. Here's where you're really going to see the speed of Pearce on display and how it can make an impact for you in the run game. Everyone always focuses on the strong side when it comes to offensive line blocking and defensive line, but a lot of the magic really happens on the backside. You see Will Anderson make a lot of tackles like that, and you see a lot of the good offensive tackles. You don't see them taking off backside blocks because of how important cutbacks are. So here's the play. You see it's just a backside run stop, or not even a run stop, but he's around the ball, and it's something that'll happen later on. I'm really just trying to highlight how having an athlete like this on your edge can help you on the backside here, and you see how well he does at avoiding the pulling tight end there. Just a quick little foot around, and he almost makes the tackle. And just to really nail in the point about having athletes on the edge, you see it here how he's able to chase down a play that he really shouldn't be even a part in. And while I do think that Jalen Walker is much better at the point of attack as a run defender, he is able to do these things as well, and I think the Falcons did a good job of adding a lot of speed and versatility onto their defensive line this offseason. Thank you for watching this episode of the NFL Film Room. Let me know in the comments what you think about James Pearce Jr. so far, and project how many sacks he will have this season. Also, let me know if you'd like to see me do more videos like this one. I just got a new microphone, so I'd like to be doing more. And let me know how the quality of the audio sounds too. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, peace.